in the vast emptiness between the stars. The Nexus Prime space station hung like a titan in the void, a colossal construct larger than most planets, bustling with millions of sentient beings from every corner of the galaxy. Today, the Great Council chamber crackled with both excitement and unease. Ambassador Zar, his blue skin shimmering under the white council lights, stood at the center of the grand circular room, addressing the 47 species represented. They ranged from insectoid colossi to walking flora and gaseous, sentient clouds. Friends of the galaxy, Zar's voice carried to every corner. We face a matter that has gone unresolved for 3 centuries, the humans. A Zenthari captain named Jorik, a towering reptilian with razor teeth, slammed a fist against the table. Why do we care about those backward primates? 12 star systems. That's all they have. Dr. Velmuth, a Carey scientist with 6 limbs and glittering eyes, clicked her mandibles anxiously. Because, Captain Jorik, they are the only species that has never been conquered, defeated, or even properly understood. The chamber grew silent, haunted by old stories whispered since the first days of galactic expansion. Every species had tried, once, to contact, invade, or assimilate humanity. Each attempt ended in mysterious failure, ships malfunctioning without reason, crews falling ill, or returning muttering about lights in their heads and voices that were not their own. There's more, Zar continued, tension thick in his voice. 3 days ago, a human vessel suffered a breakdown near Kepler Station. They asked for help, the first time in 50 years. A hologram of a human captain appeared, brown hair, kind eyes, plain uniform. Captain Jake Morrison, Zar introduced. Of the Aurora's Edge, their best engineers had inspected the human vessel's engine and been baffled. Its materials were common metals, but assembled in configurations impossible by known physics. Even their telepaths reported migraines when attempting to probe the captain's mind. Then came the real surprise. 2 more human ships arrived, one led by Dr. Lisa Parker, a scientist with impossible medical devices, and the other by Commander Rick Hayes, a military man with no weapons, yet whom sensors identified as the most dangerous being on board. The 3 ships left Kepler Station together, moving with eerie synchronicity. Before leaving, Dr. Parker issued a calm warning. Stop sending spy ships to our borders, or consequences would follow. She listed every covert mission the Council had sent for 50 years, by ship name and captain. Panic swept through the chamber. How did they know? Zar proposed a diplomatic mission to the border of human space, not to attack, but to request understanding. The vote was unanimous. A fleet of 6 ships made the journey, carrying scientists, warriors, and diplomats. Captain Jorik led the escort. Dr. Velmuth headed the science team. As they approached human space, sensors detected bizarre energy readings. Space itself felt aware. Suddenly, 3 tiny ships appeared out of nowhere. No approach vector, no sensor signature. They looked primitive, hulls dull gray, weapons minimal. A calm voice hailed them. This is Lieutenant Danny Cooper of the Human Defense Force. You have entered restricted space. State your intentions. Jorik explained their peaceful mission. The human response was unsettlingly polite, but firm. No ship had ever been granted passage. Dr. Velmuth's scans confused her further. The human ships seemed weak, but every instinct screamed danger. Why do I feel like we're the ones in trouble? Jorik muttered. Then something impossible happened. The human ships drifted toward them, gliding like they swam through water. As they approached, the alien fleet's systems powered down. Weapons, shields, even engines. No signals, no attacks. Velmuth gasped. They're just stopping. The human lieutenant reassured them. Their systems would restore once they left human space. This was merely a safety measure. More voices joined the channel. We've been watching you since you left Nexus Prime, another human said. Your technology assumes space is lifeless. Ours does not. Dozens of human ships phased into existence, surrounding the alien fleet. Their technology seemed simple, but exuded silent authority. Commander Kate Sullivan greeted them, apologizing for the breach of protocol. "You are unprepared for what you've entered. Prolonged exposure causes complications." Crew members aboard the alien ships began reporting headaches, strange dreams, even hearing the thoughts of others. "Why is this happening?" Dr. Velmuth demanded. "Because human space isn't like your space," Sullivan said gently. "It's alive, and so are we, in ways you cannot yet comprehend." The fleet was guided back to neutral territory by invisible forces. Their systems flickered back online. Sullivan's parting words lingered. "When the galaxy is ready, we'll explain." But some species weren't satisfied. Secretly, Commander Crix of the Zenthari Special Forces and Cynodal, an AI operative capable of shapeshifting, planned an unauthorized infiltration. Using next-gen stealth technology, they crossed into human space in an invisible ship with 2 other operatives, Kixtel and Marduk. They landed on a human colony world called New Texas. It appeared quaint. Farmers plowed fields. Children played. Yet beneath the simple life lay eerie anomalies. A farmer moved soil with gestures. Children made rocks float. An engineer levitated steel beams with a glance. An old man sang to plants, making them bloom in minutes. Their instruments detected nothing. No energy signatures. No devices. Yet reality twisted itself to human will. Then the old farmer, Pete, turned and looked directly at their cloaked forms. "You know, it's rude to spy," he said kindly. One by one, the humans gathered, none alarmed, all perfectly aware of the invisible strangers. Carlos, a construction worker, smiled. "Your toys hide you from your machines, not from life itself." Children laughed as an 8-year-old boy disrupted Cynodals, cloaking with a touch. In stunned horror, the spies realized their perfect stealth was meaningless. Mayor Frank Davis welcomed them to dinner. In a simple office, over coffee, the humans explained the truth. 3 centuries ago, humanity experienced what they called the Awakening, an unplanned, consciousness-driven evolution. Within 50 years, every human developed abilities galactic science declared impossible, sensing thoughts, influencing matter, feeling the pulse of life itself. Alien minds exposed to this unfiltered consciousness fell ill, even died. Terrified of harming others, humanity chose isolation. It wasn't fear of invasion. It was guilt. Their ships ran on thought. Cities reshaped themselves by will. Humans no longer needed machines for most tasks. But while they mastered this power, they struggled to shield others from its effects. The spies saw demonstrations. Carlos reshaped a pen into a bird with his mind. Nancy described ships guided through gravity fields by crew intention alone. The brain is not a consciousness generator, historian Helen Carter explained. It's a receiver tuned to the quantum fabric of reality. Where other species extended physical abilities with technology, humanity evolved their minds, tapping into the foundational force that connected all things. The spies asked the most pressing question: were they in danger just by being here? Yes, Frank admitted. Exposure can alter your minds permanently. Some species adapt, others do not. 3 weeks later, Nexus Prime hosted the largest gathering in galactic history. The spies, visibly changed by their experience, testified. Commander Crix spoke softly now, Cynodal haunted by lingering sensations she couldn't explain. The human delegation revealed the truth. They could manipulate matter through consciousness and influence alien technology merely by proximity. An impromptu demonstration by Admiral Kevin Scott shut down every weapon system on Nexus Prime for 30 seconds through intention alone. Terrified, some delegates accused them of wielding power as a threat. No, Ambassador Patricia more clarified. We isolate ourselves to protect you. The humans proposed a compromise, Haven Point, a neutral contact station equipped with consciousness-dampening fields. There, limited and safe interaction could begin. And for species willing to learn, humanity would offer guidance in developing these abilities carefully, safely. The vote passed narrowly. 6 months later, the first alien species set foot in Haven Point. Some showed promise, sensing emotion, moving small objects. But the greater victory wasn't in new powers gained. It was in shattered assumptions about what intelligent life could be. Commander Crix often gazed out at the station's docking bay, watching humans and aliens work together in harmony, cautiously, respectfully. The galaxy wasn't ready for them, he'd say. Maybe it never will be, but we're beginning to see. In human space, children still played with floating toys. Crops grew at a gesture. Thoughts shaped cities. The isolation continued, but cracks had begun to form. For humanity had learned the most sacred truth of their evolution, that great power demands even greater kindness, and the universe, though vast, was not so different after all.